Nicola. Hi, everybody. Just while we're waiting for everybody to come in, make sure that your drop down says everyone rather than hosts and panelists so we can all see your comments. If you do have any questions, pop them into the Q&A to make sure that they're not missed. Without further ado, I'm going to hand over to the lovely, luscious Layla.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I can see we've got someone joining from 2 a.m. in Las Vegas. I absolutely love that, Tammy. Well done. So, yeah, I'm Layla. I am the trade engagement manager here at Virgin Voyages. And we've got a fabulous presentation for you this morning to immerse you in the world of Virgin Voyages. So, let me share my screen, get started. Oh, where are we? There we go. Da, da, da. Hopefully, you can all see this now.
All good?
Lovely. Let's get cracking then. So, yes, we have got an amazing presentation for you this morning. Obviously, there is a lot going on in the world of Virgin Voyages and lots to share with you. But firstly, I am going to kick off with one of, I think, my favorite videos that we have launched recently to really get things started this morning.
If an amazing opportunity comes to you, you have just got to say yes. Even if you don't know how to do it, just learn how to do it later.
You've just turned the volume down, Layla, so we can't hear it.
Sorry.
You turn the volume down so we can't hear it. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear it?
Yeah.
When we started Virgin Voyages, we didn't set out to build a cruise line. We set out to build something much, much better. The life is a hell of a lot more fun if you say yes rather than no.
So there we go, guys. I absolutely love that video. I think it shows off our Virgin Voyages product perfectly. And hopefully you've got the full immersive experience of Virgin Voyages and what to expect. So let's carry on. Oh, There we go. We don't want to play that again. But kicking things off, we are the world's #1 cruise line. And of course, we are offering our brilliant Virgin Voyages service. So our ships are obviously incredible. We have won plenty of awards. So we have won over 200 awards and accolades from both of our critics and sailors alike. This is something that we love to shout about here at Virgin Voyages. And we definitely encourage you guys to do the same. You know, this is exactly what your sailors want to know. What awards are we winning? And they really are stacking up. We've just been nominated for some more awards coming up very, very soon. And our awards really are spanning across the board, from value for money, for crew service, for the product itself, for food on board. So there is plenty to shout about in terms of awards. We have a near 50% rebook rate on board, and we have 98% satisfaction scores. So the proof really is in the numbers when it comes to Virgin Voyages. It is all about getting your customers on board, knowing they're going to love it, and they will book time and time again, and you have a customer for life with Virgin Voyages. We are, of course, adults only, so kid-free voyages, no kids, no kidding, as we say here at Virgin. And with that, we are able to do things a little bit differently. So, you know, we have things like later stays in ports, overnights in ports, we have hammocks on the balcony. We are able to completely design our product with adults in mind. So the restaurants and eateries, the bars, our entertainment that we're offering, we are able to tailor that all around adults, as we don't have any children on board. The ship is very thoughtfully designed, so there's not really any spaces that you could sort of like slot a kids club or anything like that. It has solely been created for adults. And then when our sailors are on board, it is of course taking away that mum and dad guilt. So, you know, usually if couples are going on a holiday, sometimes they'll see families on there and they'll think, oh well, we should have brought the kids. Whereas with Virgin Voyages, there's no kids, so they're not getting any of that mum and dad guilt. They're just able to go on board with like-minded sailors and really enjoy their experience with Virgin Voyages. And we often get asked who our sailors are. So to give you some sort of stats here, we are of course adults only, so 18 plus, and our average age on board is 47. Our sweet spot is really between 37 and 62. And although we have mentioned, you know, ages here, we try not to focus on ages too much as a brand, because it really is a frame of mind when it comes to Virgin Voyages. If you were to sail with us tomorrow, you probably wouldn't be able to put your finger on the average age, as we have sailors that are 18 and we have sailors that are over 80 that love to sail with us time and time again. So there really is a good mix of ages on board. Of course, the average age there that you can see is a true average age, as we don't have any children on board. And I think when it comes to cruising, the average age is such a big question. I think it's talked about quite a lot within the cruising industry of what the average age is on board. So we do like to mention that so you can get an idea of who our sailors are. 75% of our sailors have cruised before and they're looking to try something new. So they might have sailed with other alternative lines and, you know, they're looking for something a little bit more relaxed, maybe a little bit more modern. They like the way that we do things. They're wanting to try our dining, and they are wanting to try the Virgin Voyages product. We then also have our new to cruise market. So 25% of our sailors are new to cruise, and they are wanting to see what it means to set sail the Virgin way. They're wanting to try cruising. We are very close to a land-based holiday in how we do things in terms of the relaxed element. You know, you can dine when you want. It's a very sailor-led experience. So it is really a smooth transition from shore to ship. And we are perfect for that new to cruise market. We are the cruise for people who think they're not going to like cruising, because how we do things is very relaxed, very on our sailors' terms. So don't be scared to offer this to your customers that are coming in looking for a land-based holiday. It is a very smooth transition from shore to ship. And then on to our lovely lady ship. So we have 3 ships sailing currently. We have Scarlet Lady, Valiant Lady, and Resilient Lady. The great thing for you guys is that all of our ships, including our 4th ship, Brilliant Lady, are all pretty much identical. They're medium size, 2,770 sailors, 110,000 gross tons, and 16 decks. They're medium sized ships, so you have all the choice of the larger ships without the crowds and feelings of mass. Again, playing into us not having things like buffets, you know, having that sailor-led experience. Not everybody is bottlenecking into a certain space. We don't have things like set dining check-in times or main dining halls. We don't have overhead announcements. We don't have any dress codes on board. So it's a really relaxing experience, and no one is, you know, going from their dinner reservation and that main dining hall at 7 p.m. and then going straight from there to their entertainment, and you get those crowds and feelings of mass. Everybody is sort of doing things on their own terms, so you never really have those super crowded spaces, which is lovely on board. They're all built pretty much the same in terms of layout. So you've got the same entertainment spaces, you've got the same restaurants, so really familiar, and your customers can choose based on destination and know they are coming back to that fabulous Virgin Voyages product. We also have the lovely Brilliant Lady, so skipping over this one, but we also have the lovely Brilliant Lady joining us this year. So our fourth ladyship is joining us in September. Really, really exciting time for us. She is built pretty much the same. The only difference with Brilliant Lady is she is slightly skinnier as she goes through the Panama Canal, but in terms of layout, she is pretty much the same. She has had a couple of new additions, so of course artwork will differ slightly on board Brilliant Lady, and then Razzle Dazzle also changes into Rojo, which is our Spanish restaurant on board. So perfect opportunity if your sailors are, you know, repeat customers with Virgin Voyages. They can go on now and experience the likes of Rojo on Brilliant Lady. Scarlet Lady, our original ladyship, went into dry dock at the end of last year, and with that she again had some new additions. So she had some VIP cabanas on deck 16, she had 24 new Seriously suites inputted, and then her restaurant Razzle Dazzle now changes into Lucky Lotus of an evening as well, which is lovely. So that's an Asian restaurant on board. So we are bringing some new additions to our ladyships. Of course there are specials across the board and across restaurants and things like that, but now perfect because we have that repeat customer base to really experience new offerings. When Brilliant Lady launches, she will be sailing, kicking things off from New York, which is very, very exciting. She will also have Maiden Voyages, which is what we call our inaugural voyages from, so kicking off in New York. She'll then have one in Miami, one in LA, and one in Seattle. And then she will be sailing Alaska in summer 2026. So brand new destinations for us here at Virgin Voyages, which is really, really exciting. With Brilliant Lady, she also brings some brand new entertainment. So as well as that lovely restaurant Rojo, she has a whole host of brand new entertainment. So just to include a little bit of this for you, you've got new shows such as Up With a Twist, which is our interactive dinner show. You've got other shows such as Out of Time, Red Hot. You also have Murder in the Manor, which is an interactive show where our sailors can really get involved in all of these shows. You also have parties such as Disco Reimagined. You have Electric, and then you have The Manor, which is one of our new shows as well. You then also have our reimagined favourites such as Scarlet Night. Of course, everybody knows and loves our fabulous Scarlet Night. With us sailing Alaska in summer 2026, we have to change this up a little bit. You know, usually it is up on that main pool deck. However, of course, it will be a little bit chillier. So we've had to reimagine this for when we sail into Alaska. We then also have Dual Reality, which is a firm favourite of mine. No matter how many times I go and see Dual Reality, I always end up crying. It is very emotional. But now this is an interactive dinner show as well. So really, really exciting time. You can find loads more information on our brand new shows on virginvoyages.com if you're wanting to have a good look at that, but really excited to experience some of our brand new shows. Onto our destinations. So we have 150 amazing destinations aboard our 4 to 16 night voyages. So we have really expanded our offering for 25 and beyond. Remember, we've only launched a couple of years, so I remember back when I first joined the team, we had our 4 and 5 night itineraries from Miami in rotation. We also had 2 7-night itineraries from Barcelona and 2 7-night itineraries from Athens. Now we've really expanded our offering and we have tons available, more options than ever before for your sailors and more choice for them to really get stuck into. We, of course, have our Caribbean voyages. So sailing from our lovely Terminal V in Port Miami. We are pride of place right at the top of Port Miami. You can see us as you're driving across the Miami Bridge with our huge Virgin Voyages logo. And sailing from there, we have a range of itineraries sailing out of Miami around the Caribbean. multiple durations. So we have still our 4 and 5 nighters in rotation. However, we also have our longer itineraries now. You know, we have such 8-night voyages, 10-night voyages available to our sailors, which if you're based here in the UK, of course, this is perfect, meaning that our sailors can go over, they can do a slightly longer itinerary, they can, of course, back to back. And then depending on where you are based, if you're in Miami, of course, your sailors have those options of the shorter itineraries. We also have our Southern Caribbean voyages sailing from San Juan as well, and those are slightly longer. So again, 8 to 10 night voyages sailing from San Juan. We have our North America route, so we've touched on Brilliant Lady a little bit. So when she launches, she of course has those former maidens, but we have a whole host of brand new itineraries ranging from, again, 4 to 16 night voyages. So there really is something for everybody in North America. When of course we sail over and do our Alaska season, and those are very, very popular voyages. They are all available now to book, and the return section is now available. So sailing back from Alaska all the way back to New York is now available to book for your sailors. We then have our summers in the Med and Europe. So we do sail from Portsmouth here in the UK, and we have 6-night plus voyages from Portsmouth. This is perfect for the UK market if they are not necessarily wanting to fly, they're just wanting to hop on and do one of our Portsmouth itineraries. We then also sail from Barcelona, and we have a range of itineraries. We have from 7 nights up to 14-night voyages, and then we also sail from Piraeus in Athens, and again a range of durations sailing from Piraeus. We have our favourites, which you may know, such as Greek Island Glow, but we also have a range of other itineraries now. We've got some one-offs, we have some ones that are in rotation, and there's multiple dates on those, but there really is something for everybody in terms of destinations and in terms of durations. And then finally, we have our transatlantic and repositioning voyages. So given that we have 4 lady ships sailing currently, they do move around quite a bit. So for example, our Barcelona and Athens sailings, they are just a summer sailing. So the ships do, of course, need to move around a little bit, whether they're going over to the US, wherever that might be. These are all available and in our lovely brand brochure. So if your sailors are wanting some like slightly longer itineraries, they're wanting to experience multiple destinations, you know, for example, they're wanting to go from maybe Barcelona over to Miami, they are now available. These are slightly longer itineraries, and they do have a few more sea days in here as well, of course, as we are traveling across the seas. So perfect if your customers are wanting to experience more of our lovely lady ships and have a few stops in there. These are beautiful itineraries, slightly longer, and they are all in our lovely brand brochure. And we do have our signature sailings. So we have a range of one-off or special sailings, as you might say, such as our Elevate voyages, our Comedy Fest voyages, Wellbeing Season. We have our holiday voyages, such as, you know, Christmas voyages, New Year's voyages. We have our fabulous Eat and Drink Festival. So that is a month-long festival across all of our lady ships, and every sailing within that month gets involved. That is where the ship really comes to life, and there is a big focus on food and drink. So the galley, for example, will come to life and we'll have themes in there. There'll be specials across the ship. There'll be enhanced drinks offerings. This is a really great festival if your sailors are real foodies and they are wanting to, you know, hop on and have that experience of the food and drink festival. We have Valentine's Day voyages, we have our Halloween voyages. There really are some special sailings across the board. If you are looking at our lovely brand brochure, you will be able to see in the bottom section if there are any specific voyages. So for example, if there's a Halloween voyage, it will show you at that bottom section what dates those voyages are in. These are perfect if you're wanting to really push a theme on board, or you're wanting to focus on something to get out on social media. They're perfect. There's lots going on each of these voyages, especially our Comedy Fest. If you're here in the UK, you'll know that our Comedy Fest voyage features Jack Whitehall, which is very, very exciting. We also have our voyages that Mel B from Spice Girls will be on, which is again very, very exciting. But these are ones that you can really push out to your sailors and, you know, create some marketing around this. We've got lots of lovely assets that you can use for all of these voyages as well. Are all in voyage pricing. So if you have been on any of my webinars before, you know that I push this and I always talk about this in detail because it's really, really important for you guys to mention to your sailors when they are inquiring about Virgin Voyages or when they are getting a quote from you. The value for money with Virgin Voyages is incredible and it's definitely something to shout about. So we have over $1,000 in value in every voyage fare. That's based on a 7-night voyage. Again, we've won awards for our value for money as well, so definitely something to go into detail about. But we include lots in the voyage fare as standard. So when your sailors are booking with you at that start point, you can rest assured that they're getting all of this included as standard. So what do they get included? They get all of their tips and gratuities included on us, our crew, or I knew this would happen. My ring light's gone off. I did say that, Sarah. Let me plug it back in so you can see me. There we go. Ah. Me and Sarah were talking earlier and said about my ring light literally is going to die halfway through this. Typical. Thanks for the laughing faces, guys. But here I am. I'm back. You can see me. So we have where was I? Oh, tips and gratuities. So our crew are amazing. They really cannot do enough for our sailors. They are all about delivering those epic experiences. They are making sure our sailors are having a fabulous time, and it is service with personality as well. They're not just there to put dinner down and leave. They are there to build those meaningful connections. And you know it's coming from a genuine place because they're not waiting for a tip at the end of the meal or at the end of the voyage. You know, we've included that as standard. All of our dining is included as well. So dining at 20 plus eateries, 6 of those are specialty dining, and there is absolutely no surcharges for any of those. So operated very much like restaurants on land. Sailors can book in advance, they can turn up, but they're not having to, you know, put their hands in their pockets and spend that extra $50, $60 like you do with traditional cruising. We have got that covered on us. Entertainment is also included on us, award-winning entertainment. So as you've seen with our new offerings on Brilliant Lady, we have lots of different styles of shows. There really is something for everybody, and that is included again on us. Wi-Fi is included on us. We all know how expensive Wi-Fi is with traditional cruising, so this is an incredible offering. You get Wi-Fi, multiple devices across the full duration of your voyage. So you can give your friends, families, colleagues, FOMO, whatever it might be, we're including that Wi-Fi for our sailors, super simple. We also include our group fitness classes. So everything from your standard spin classes to your 90s boy band workout is included on us. Again, really flexible for sailors to book. They can book it in the app, they can turn up. But again, not having to put their hands in their pockets for that, you know, extra $15 for a spin class or whatever it might be. We've got it covered. And then finally, we include our essential drink. So what is an essential drink, you might ask? Essential drinks are still sparkling water, tea, drip coffee, non-pressed juices, and all of your soft drinks. So your Coke, Diet Coke, Fanta is included on us across the ship all the time. So it's not just with meal times, it's not just at certain spaces. Your sailors can grab a drink wherever they might be. And, you know, that's on us, which is fantastic. So lots included in that voyage fare. Definitely make sure that you're going into detail about this. If you're promoting on socials, it's always great to list it out. If you're promoting in your shop windows, wherever it might be, making sure you're getting that out and sailors are aware of exactly what is included in that voyage fare. We then are going to talk a little bit about drinks. So we do not do an all-inclusive drinks package. Reason being is that when you have an all-inclusive drinks package, the quality of the drinks goes downhill to compensate for what's going to waste. And all of our drinks are made fresh to order. Nothing is coming out of pre-made cartons. Everything has been made for our sailors right in front of them. We work with award-winning mixologists, and the options are really endless when it comes to our drinks on board. So what we decided to do as a brand is introduce what we call a bar tab. A bar tab is essentially money behind the bar. You buy in increments of anything from $200 to $1,000 and you get a bar tab bonus on us. So for example, your sailors are adding on a $300 bar tab, they get a $50 bar tab bonus on us. This again gives our clients the flexibility, if I can get that word out, flexibility. Oh my God, it's not liking me today, guys. I don't know what is going on. Might just have to do this in the dark. I think we will. It's really not enjoying me today. So the bar tab, $300 bar tab on us. It's really giving our sailors the flexibility to be able to choose based on what they want. They can go for the cheapest glass of wine, they can go for the most expensive glass of wine, they can drink beer for the full duration of their voyage, or they can shake for champagne every single day. They can really spend on that that on whatever they like. It's really giving our sailors the flexibility. Few questions I get asked about the bar tab. So is it per person? Is it per cabin? So you can add this on per sailor. So say if me and my partner are going on board, we can both have a bar tab if we want to, or we can buy one and add it on my account and I can buy the drinks, or I can buy drinks for our friends that we're on board with. It is very, very flexible. It is not compulsory for both of us to have a bar tab. We can spend that however we like. It is a pre-bookable, so you can't add a bar tab once on board. You can only book this pre-travel, so up to 48 hours in advance your sailors can add this on. They can either add it on through you guys at the time of reservation, they can add it on through sailor services, or they can also add it on through the app. It is completely up to sailors. You are also earning 10% commission on this as well, as it is a pre-bookable, so it is well worth mentioning this to customers if they are interested in a bar tab, adding that on for them, and then of course you're getting the money on that, which is fantastic. It is a case of use it or lose it with the bar tab. So we often get asked, you know, if they've got $300 and they only use $200, what happens to the rest? It is a case of use it or lose it, which is why we have these different options and different increments available to our sailors, so they can really choose based on how much they are wanting to spend. Drinks prices, I'm not too sure if I've got the drinks prices or caught up with the ring light. Drinks prices are reasonably priced, so you're talking $5 to $6 for a beer, $12 to $15 for a cocktail, and 42% of our wines by the glass are under $10 as well. So if you are in a restaurant on land or a bar on land, it's exactly the same. You know, you can go for that cheapest glass of wine, you can go for the most expensive glass of wine. It is up to our sailors what they are wanting to do. Of course, any questions about the bar tab, let me know and I can answer them at the end. But onto our lovely dining. Let's see if this ring light will work now. It looks like I'm in the dark. So onto our fabulous dining. So definitely the most talked about food at sea, I would say. We are really rethinking the way that our sailors dine on board. We have lots of different dining styles, dining options, you know, from relaxed dining to that specialty dining of an evening. We've got grab and go options. We have our ship eats, which is our take on Uber Eats on board. But we really are a foodie's paradise, and we're really focused on that amazing quality for our sailors. Everything being made fresh to order and giving our sailors lots of options depending on how they're wanting to dine, depending on what they're wanting to eat. So we have over 20 eateries, as I've mentioned. 6 of these are specialty dining. So our specialty dining restaurants are The Wake, which is steak and seafood. We have Razzle Dazzle, which is our vegetarian and vegan forward. Remember that, guys, that also changes on Scarlet Lady into Lucky Lotus. And on Brilliant Lady, it changes into Rojo, which is our Spanish restaurant on board. We then have Test Kitchen, which is our experimental dining. We have Gumbay, which is our Korean barbecue. We have Pink Agave, which is our upscale Mexican. And we have Extra Virgin, which is our elevated Italian restaurant. These are restaurants you'd easily be paying £100–150 for on land. The menus are exceptional. They have plenty of options. I love that. Lots of amazing comments about this. We have plenty of options on our menus. They are very, very extensive. So your sailors can dine time and time again. If they are repeat customers, they, you know, can go to our restaurant time and time again and try lots of different options. We then have all of our casual eateries as well. So we have spaces such as the Pizza Place, which is fresh made to order pizzas. We have the Slunkum Cafe, which is our poke bowls. We have the Social Club, which is our carnival style eats. So that's like hot dogs, chicken wings. You can grab all of that there. And then we, of course, have the galley. So it doesn't end there, guys. We then also have the galley. So galley is in place of the buffet. The galley is really food court style, still that elevated experience of either ordering from a menu with a member of the crew or having a wander around and see what you might fancy. But nothing is sitting under heat lamps. Everything is made fresh to order and, you know, is for our sailors. There's lots of options within the galley, as you can see there on the right hand side. You've got Well Bread, which is our pastries and flatbreads. You've got the Daily Mix, which is our salads and healthy dishes. You have the Taco Shop, which is our taco stand. Sweet Side, pastries and sweet treats. Hot off the press, sandwiches and toasties. You've got Diner and Dash, which is our classic American. Burger Bar, which is our burger station. There is plenty of options. Your sailors will never ever go hungry on board a Virgin Voyage, which is fantastic. We then, of course, as I've mentioned, have things like Ship Eats. So Ship Eats is our take on Uber Eats, where you can order fresh made to order food from our restaurants into your cabin, whether you're ordering breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you can get that delivered straight to your cabin, which is fantastic. Getting lots of lovely comments about the restaurants. The food is amazing, and no matter how many times I do these presentation, guys, honestly, I am starving by the end of it because the food is exceptional. Again, we have our sample menus on virginvoyages.com, so if you're wanting to get a little taste, excuse the pun, of our menus, you can hop onto there and check those out as well. On to our entertainment. So we really have a festival of choice on board Virgin Voyages. There really is something for everybody, whether you are, wanting to see dinner and a show, you're wanting to go to one of our main shows, you're wanting to get something with really audience participation, lots of live music, of course. There really is something for everybody, including all of that brand new entertainment we are launching with Brilliant Lady. A couple of our shows, so Dual Reality, that is our modern take on Romeo and Juliet. We then have our Misbehaved game show. So this is my favourite. The ring light went off again. We have the Misbehaved game show. So that is very much audience participation. You are in the red room. That is when the crowd is going wild. It is so much fun. We have Persephone, which is an incredible one of our newer shows that launched with Resilient Lady. It's a ship show. These are all different styles of our shows, and some are some our sailors can really get involved in. Some it's just sit back and just watch and be immersed by the fabulous entertainment. Lots of live music, lots of dinner and shows. So this really is something for everyone. We then also have our evenings such as Scarlet Night. So hopefully you've all seen Scarlet Night, whether that be on our TV advert, whether you've seen videos on social media. Scarlet Night is our take on a captain's evening. Of course, as I've mentioned, we don't have any set dress codes on board, but we do encourage our sailors to wear red on Scarlet Night, and that is where the ship really comes to life. It has entertainment that begins in the main roundabout area. You will work your way throughout the ship. There'll be lots and lots going on. So for example, the Grounds Club, which is our coffee shop, that really comes to life and is changeable. And last time I was there was champagne and a DJ, but you'll work your way through main spaces on the ship and end up on that main pool deck area, as you can see in that image there with our lovely octopus. And there is a full-on pool party. You can jump in, you can really get involved, you can dance the night away, and then it ends up in the manor. Pierre, we were on board for our Bring on Ibiza. It is a fantastic night. Pierre was jumping in the pool. But yes, it is a fantastic evening, and lots of different entertainment. There really is something for everybody, guys. But of course, we are not all about retoxing. We are about detoxing as well here at Virgin Voyages. And we have a massive focus on health and well-being as well. So we have lots of health and well-being facilities. We have 2 huge gyms, so cardio and a weights gym. We have our outdoor workout areas, such as our running track. We have the perch, which is our space for sunrise and sunset yoga. We have all of our group fitness classes, as I've mentioned. They're all included on us. We also have our spa, so our redemption spa. It is a beautiful space where sailors can really relax and unwind. You've got your sauna, steam room, salt room, mud room in there, and you can add all of your treatments on there too. We then also have our hair salon, nail salon. We have a gentleman's barbershop on board. We have our retail therapy, so we have a huge high street. If you've put this into wellness, I would. It's definitely wellness for me. Shopping the day away, but fabulous shops there. You've got everything from luxury goods to your makeup, beauty products, clothes. You've got our merch shops in there as well. And then of course you have our tattoo parlor, Squid Ink. You can go on board, you can get a tattoo. What I would say is if your sailors are wanting to enjoy this, definitely ask them to book sooner rather than later, as it does get booked up very, very quickly, as you can imagine. Just let them know to book this sooner rather than later so they don't miss out on getting a tattoo on board if they are wanting to. Onto our lovely cabins. So just to touch on this, so we are, as a ship, we are super yacht inspired mixed with a boutique hotel at sea. You can definitely see that from our lovely cabins. This the cabin that you can see on your screen now is our sea terrace cabin, which is what we call a balcony. As you can see, very, very fresh, very modern. You've got the glam area there. You've got a tablet on the desk. You've got the double bed. You have the HDTV that has all the new movies from the US. You've got your mood lighting in here, so you can definitely change that based on your mood. It's got lots of different settings. You've got things like hangover mode, zen mode. So depending on how sailors are feeling, they can really change their cabin to, you know, go in with their mood. You have what you can't see in this image, of course, is the behind. So that has plenty of storage space, lots of hangers, lots of room for your cases and your bits and bobs. You have 2 full-size mirrors in there as well. You have a lovely bathroom with a really roomy rain shower, has all of our red flower amenities in there. Of course, you also have within the sea terrace our balcony with the hammock. So the signature red Virgin Voyages hammock on our balcony, which is lovely to relax in. Might want to grab some ship eats. You might want to, you know, relax on your balcony. That's something I love to do. But these are beautiful cabins. We're a very outward facing ship. So 93% of our cabins have sea views and 86% have sea terrace. So we are all about falling in love with the modern romance of the open ocean, as we say here at Virgin Voyages. We then have our Rockstar quarters. So this is when we get onto our suites. So our Rockstar quarters is the next level up. We have 4 categories, or 4 cabins within this category. So we have the suite aft suite, a seriously suite, cheeky corner suite, and a brilliant suite. So of course they are bigger, they have accents of brass, they have all marble bathrooms in here, absolutely beautiful. They have the stargazing terraces in here, absolutely amazing quarters. But they do come with additional extras as well, guys. So definitely something to promote out, as the extras are fantastic. So sailors will get access to Richard's Rooftop. That is our exclusive deck for Rockstar and Mega Rockstar customers. It is exclusive. They cannot buy a pass to go in here. They can't, you know, sneak in. They do need to have this cabin category within on their band, and they can go in there. They can relax. They can unwind. It has its own bar in here as well. Absolutely beautiful spaces. They also have a curated room, a curated in-room bar on us. So within the Rockstar quarters, they get that in-room bar filled once, and they are full-size bottles. They're not little tiny ones. They are full-size. They also get early booking and priority access, so to things such as dinner, experiences on board, as opposed to the usual 45 days that our standard sailors get. The Rockstar and Mega Rockstar customers can book 60 days in advance, so a really, really great perk to get their dining and things booked in earlier. They then also get access to a Rockstar agent. So this is someone to help out 24/7, whatever sailors might need, if they are wanting to, you know, have some more information on dining, wanting to book a shore excursion, whatever it might be, that Rockstar agent can really help our sailors out with this. We then have our Mega Rockstar quarters. These are our very top suites on board Virgin Voyages. We have the gorgeous suite, posh suite, fab suite, and then finally we have the biggest suite, the massive suite. It is really what it says on the tin. It is beautiful. Of course, these are bigger, they're more luxurious. They are beautiful. Just for example, I love touching on the massive suite because it is an incredible space. These are the images that you can see at the bottom here. Plenty of space for hosting in here. You've got a record player, you've got a lovely bar, you have 2 different bedrooms. As you can see on that image, you do have electric guitars on the wall as well that are fully functioning. Lots of storage space. You've got a huge marble bathroom, full-size tub in there, gorgeous glam area. You then come out and you have your huge wraparound balcony. That is where you have your hammocks, you have your dance table, you have your peak view shower. You also have your whirlpool hot tub within this suite as well, which is absolutely incredible. But with the Mega Rockstar quarters, you also do have additional extras as well, such as a daily bar tab around the ship. You also get complimentary spa access daily. You get transfers or complimentary parking where available. So depending on where you're sailing from, our team can help out with that. We then also have a Mega Rockstar agent to help out sailors, whatever they need. You get a bottomless in-room bar in the Mega Rockstar quarters, and again, full-size bottles. And then you also get the premium Wi-Fi as well. And, you know, these extras really do speak for themselves. These are on top of getting this fabulous cabin. So really worth pushing this out. If sailors are wanting to celebrate, they're wanting to be hostess with the mostess, they can host within these cabins, but definitely pushing Rockstar and Mega Rockstar quarters and going into detail about all of these extras as well. Oh, there we go. We then also have our band and our sailor app. So sailors, when they book with yourselves, they will have access immediately to our app. This is where they can complete their online check-in. This is where they can book their shore things, book their dine-in. They can shake for champagne on their phone. They can see their countdown. They can check out their wallet. Everything can be done from the touch of a button on their app, and this really enhances the sailor experience when on board. It's very, very simple to navigate, very straightforward. We do have a fantastic video on virginvoyages.com, which I definitely encourage first mates to watch, just so you can immerse yourself in the app. You know exactly how it works, because no doubt you'll get questions from your sailors on, what should I complete next? Where do I go to do this? So you can watch that fantastic video and it will take you through the full sailor app experience. And that is all, it really does, enhance that experience for sailors as well, worthwhile. We then also have our band. So usually when you go on board cruise ships or you'll go to hotels, you get those cards. And if you're like me, I am a loser of the card, and it is in the bottom of my bag and I'm trying to get in, I'm trying to scramble around, or I want to get a drink and you're scrambling around for your card, you've left it at your table, wherever it might be. We did not want that experience on board Virgin Voyages. So we introduced what we call the band. And here is one I prepared earlier. That one doesn't have a thing on it. As you can see, all of my bands here on my lovely Virgin Voyages shrine. So this is what we call our band. This is a wearable, and it very easily wraps around our sailor's wrist, and this is essentially your card. So this is how you will access your cabin. This is how you board the ship. This is how you pinpoint your location for Shake for Champagne. This is essentially how you pay for everything. So you will tap to get in and out of your cabin. You will tap when you want a drink, and it will take off whether you're bar tab, whether you have a linked payment method. If you are playing in the casino, this is essentially your hub for everything. It is made from recycled ocean plastic, and it is waterproof as well. So you can be dipping in and out of the pool. Don't need to worry about taking this off. You can hop in the shower with it on. And it's so easy because it's there. You're not going to lose it. And it's just making things, again, a seamless experience for our sailors on board. At the end of your voyage, you can also take this little plastic thing off as well, and you can just wear it with this one as a lovely fashion statement. So you've got something to remember from your Virgin Voyages experience. But really handy, both the app and the band. And then how are we brilliant for you guys, our first mate? So of course, just touching on our commission levels, we have 16% commission on the voyage fare itself and 10% on most pre-voyage sales. So things such as bar tabs, shore excursions, sailor loot. If you're adding any of these on pre-travel for your sailors, you're also earning 10% commission on these as well. So well worth immersing yourself in things like the shore excursions, what's available to your sailors, getting those promoted out at the time of booking. And then if sailors are pre-booking these before voyage, then you can earn commission on those as well. Very, very rich commission levels. We have firstmates.com. So I know we've got lots of first mates on this call. Depending on where you are based, where you are booking, you can either book through firstmates.com. You can log into here and make your reservations for cruise only. But on firstmates.com, you also have lots of useful assets as well, which I'll come on to in a second. Here, I thought it was the next slide, but this is what you can find on firstmates.com. So you've got our brand brochure on there that is all updated with every single one of our sailings. It has our full experience there. So you've got ship layouts, you've got information about our food offerings, our bars, our spaces, cabins. All of that is in there for your sailors, and it doesn't have any prices. So you can just ping this straight out to your sailors. That's when they can come back to you and really discuss their options based on, what they like the look of. We have our webinars and our how-to guides on here, digital sales guides to help you guys out. You have all your social media groups. So if you're not a member of either of our social media groups, depending on where you are based, you can find all the links on here. All of our on-demand learning. And if you're wanting any step-by-step guides for the likes of firstmates.com, you can find this all under firstmates.com on the tools and guides section. And then finally, we have our marketing materials section. So all of the lovely images and videos that you've seen in this presentation today, you can hop onto this marketing materials section and download these and share them with your sailors. If you're wanting to create a bespoke Instagram post or you're wanting to post an offer, you can hop onto here and grab all of the lovely images and videos. There is tons on there. You've got all of our campaign information, T's and C's. We create all of your reels and TikToks for you, which you can download and share. There is plenty on there to have a good look through. So definitely encourage that. If you are based in the UK, we have the option to book through Voyage Store. So Voyage Store here in the UK is our preferred package provider for the UK market. So if you head on, or swim on over, should I say, to sellvv.co.uk, it will take you through to a landing page that looks like this. On that left-hand side, you can go through to firstmates.com, or alternatively, you can go through to the team at Voyage Store. They have a great cruise package search. So if you are wanting to grab a cost very quickly, rather than calling or emailing through to the team, you can hop on, pop your details in here, and you can see options for cruise only, cruise pre-stay, and then also cruise pre and post stay. So a really, really handy tool. You don't need a login for this website. You can just hop onto there and check out that very quickly. This is going to be really, really easy. If it is out of hours, if it's late at night, if whatever it might be, if you're wanting to grab that quick cost, you can do that through the team at Voyage Store on their cruise package search. They then also have, just to touch on their telephone number and email address, it is here. They are open Monday to Friday, 9 till 5:30, and then Saturday, 9 until 3. Very, very quick turnaround times with the team at Voyage Store. Calls are answered within 3 rings and emails are responded to within 3 hours. If they are making your bookings, just so you're aware, they will service your bookings as well. So you'll need to go through to the team at Voyage Store for anything like that. And then on our Facebook group, you will see our offers posted. So we have our 6-box package flyers posted every single Wednesday. So the left-hand side, this is this week's, I've updated this, and then the right-hand side is last week's offers. But these are again through the team at Voyage Store. So we post brand new offers every single Monday, and then we post our lovely 6-box package flyer every Wednesday. This is perfect for you guys to download. You can share it to your customers, and these really are your offers of the week, and we get those updated every single week for you. You can, of course, sign up to First Mate Loot if you haven't already, but we have a really exciting month this month at Virgin Voyages. It is our First Mate Appreciation Month. Yay! Appreciating all of the hard work that you, our First Mates, do. So thank you so much. And with that, we have triple rewards in July. So for every Virgin Voyages booking that you make, you can earn £15 in First Mate Loot. So any sailing, anytime, anywhere, just need to make sure that you're registering with the Virgin Voyages reference. So regardless of how you're booking, guys, if you're booking through the likes of Voyage Store, for example, just make sure that when you're registering, you are using the Virgin Voyages reference and not the Voyage Store reference, and we can get that processed for you. Lots of earning potential this month, of course, on top of your commission levels. And then we also have Win Big this month with our July jackpot. So when you're registering your bookings, you will also be entered into a draw to win £500 this First Mate Appreciation Month. That will be cash prizes, First Mate Loot, to our 10 lucky First Mates. The more you book, the more you register, the more entries that you get. It's very, very simple. Just make sure you're registering every single booking. You'll also earn that £15 per reservation, but then you'll go into a draw to win our July jackpot as well, which is really exciting. Sea Academy, of course, we have our Sea Academy learning. If you are not yet Sea Academy Gold tier, that is the place to be. We have a fabulous learning platform, Sea Academy, where you can work your way through 4 tiers, Violet, Scarlet, Silver and Gold, and really learn everything there is to know about Virgin Voyages and really immerse yourself in the brand. Not only that, you are learning, but you're also earning, so you do get additional extras on us as well. For example, once you hit Scarlet tier, you get access to our £75 bonus commission voucher. Once you hit Silver tier, you get access to our agent rates from $100 per sailor per night. And then Gold tier, which is where you guys need to be, you get $150 in sailor loot for your cabin on a voyage. You also get priority access to events and first dibs on future fam trips. So we do run our Bring On incentive every year. We've done it for the past 3 years, and they are fabulous trips. We have our ship visits, of course. You may have seen some teasers about Brilliant Lady, and our Portsmouth visits went out our Portsmouth visits went out not so long ago, should I say. But the caveat with things like this is always that you need to be at Gold tier. So it really is the place to be. We do have a Get to Gold session if you're wanting to join a webinar on the 23rd of July, which is a 3-hour webinar, and that fast tracks you through to Gold tier. Alternatively, you can jump on and do it self-guided on the Sea Academy system as well. And then finally, you can join our Facebook group, The Bridge. This is where you can stay up to date with all of the latest Virgin Voyages information, really immerse yourself in the brand. We post all of our offers on here, as I've mentioned. We post any campaign updates. We like to spill a little bit of tea on The Bridge as well, guys. So this is where you can stay up to date with everything. Of course, if you are not based in the UK, you also have access to Society as well. So you can hop on and join Society if you're in the US. And then if you're in the UK, you can join our Facebook group, The Bridge. And that is it from me. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Thank you very much, Layla. Well, you don't have many questions because I think you've answered them all because you was preempting everything that people normally ask you.
I know. I'm
Firing away,
thinking, I'm
which
on
is
the
good.
ball. I'm thinking, what do people need to know? So,
Yeah, well, did you see that Daphne, she said Daphne is in Alabama, so it was 4 o'clock in the morning, but Lynn Lee was on Resilient Lady right now in Greece. So
oh,
hi,
I'm so
Lee.
jealous, Lynn. I'm so jealous.
Have an essential drink for me, and by that I don't mean water or soft drinks.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Have a frosé for me. That is my favorite. A frosé, get one of those. Have one for us.
Excellent, excellent. So Roland can't wait until the 23rd of September when I'm sailing on Brilliant Lady from New York up to Quebec. Wow, what an amazing itinerary. Nicola said, does anyone want her kids for a week? Because she really wants to go on a cruise.
I won't have them, but I'll come with you.
Pierre was on Scarlet Lady in June.
Yeah.
Kiara, she's like, yeah, get me there, take my money. Well,
Love it.
Kiara, there's plenty of travel agents here that can book it for you. Lorna, loving the sound of these restaurants. Yes, this is why I made sure that I had my lunch before I came on, knowing that I would be starving and eating my arm by the time that it had finished. Debbie, she's looking for March next year for her hubby's 60th. So you definitely have me excited. So yeah, Debbie, let us know when you book. Linley is saying about the best pizza on sea, so that's good.
Yes, it is amazing. It is amazing. I'm hungry. Like I am after doing every single one of these webinars because I talk about the food so much and then I'm starving.
Yeah, I tell you what I liked as well, the Halloween cruises and things like that, the different segments that you have, that was really fun. Jasmine has asked, what is the room category for the accessible rooms for wheelchair users?
So we do have accessible cabins. We have a full section on virginvoyages.com. Feel free to either have a little look at those and you can check out all of our accessible cabins. We have them across the board, so across all our different cabin types. All clients will need to do is fill out a form. But if you are wanting any information, please let me know and I can share that with you.
Super amazing. Severa's asked, how many people does the massive suite accommodate? Is it
Up
still
to
2
4.
adults? Up to 4. Is that adults?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because she's no children.
No kids, no kidding. Yeah.
Becky's asked, how far in advance can excursions be booked, please?
So if you are if you're in, for example, a sea terrace, it's 45 days in advance, or if you are in a Rockstar or Mega Rockstar, it is 60 days in advance.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Corinne said she'd done the Sea Academy Gold in April but never received the accreditation. Can she drop you an email?
Yes, of course you can. Ping it over and I'll double check that for you.
Perfect. We've got mention of ice cream. Ice cream is amazing, as well as the pizzas.
Lick Me Till Ice Cream is our ice cream parlor on board, and it is beautiful.
Oh.
And it's all included, guys, as well. Like things like that, it does go a long way. I remember usually if on traditional cruising, you're popping your hands in your pockets quite a bit for things like ice cream, snacks, knowing that sailors can go on and they're not going to have to put their hands in their pockets even for the things like ice cream makes such a difference to your sailors.
Perfect. Lorna, you're asking about the prices of spirits and cocktails, please. We covered that earlier. Could you just give us a quick
Of course,
update
yes.
for that?
So in terms of drinks prices, you're talking $5 to $6 for a beer, $12 to $15 for a cocktail, and then 42% of our wines by the glass are under $10. The great thing is they have so many options on board that they can go for the cheapest spirit, the most expensive spirit. The options are there for sailors to really cater to their budgets and what they're wanting to spend.
Perfect. You see, my essential drink is champagne. Do you think if I had a doctor's note, they'd do that?
Yes, yeah, maybe. You'd have to be shaking for champagne every single day.
Heidi, she wants to sign up for the 23rd of July 3-hour webinar. How does she sign up, please?
You can find information on the bridge. So if you join if you're not on there already, scroll down a little bit and it is called Sea Academy Live. Alternatively, you can go onto firstmates.com and check out our webinars and you can find a link to register on there.
Brilliant. So it said you got to gold last year, but only got a downloadable certificate, didn't receive an email or anything else. Is that right?
Yeah, so your downloadable certificate, you'll be able to check that out on Sea Academy on the website. You'll also be able to download your email signature as well. You won't necessarily receive an email, but if there is anything that you're wanting, feel free to just reach out and I can check that for you.
Perfect. Now, Kate, she's going on the comedy cruise next month and going on Brilliant Lady in 2026. Go, Kate.
Yes, I'm
Erin was on Scarlet Lady in Dubrovnik. Nice. Any other questions? Sorry, I am just scrolling down. Can
I
we
have
have
got my
Layla?
email address in there as well, guys, because I know a couple
Okay.
of people asked for it, so I've stuck it in the
Yeah.
chat for you.
Perfect. I think that's it. We have finished with the questions. So let me just do a little bit of a reminder as to what happens with a prize draw. We're going to ask you a question. Everybody that's on the webinar today anyway gets a prize draw point. Layla's got a question for you. And if you are the fastest finger with the correct answer, you will be given 10 points. We will let you know when I do the follow-up, which will be later today, who the winner is. So Layla, what is your question, please?
So my question of the day is, what is the name of the new restaurant on board Scarlet Lady?
Oh, that's the Spanish one. Hang
No, so
on.
Scarlet Lady is our Asian restaurant on board. So
Oh,
Scarlet Lady
Asian.
so Razzle Dazzle now change of an evening to an Asian restaurant. We're getting such a mix of answers today.
That was a difficult one though, because I was focused on a Spanish restaurant. That's what I
It is
remembered
a
from
couple
it.
of new additions. I've thrown a little spanner in the works with this one, I fear.
You really have. So I'm presuming then it's probably going to be the Lotus one with it more an Asian theme name.
Lucky
Is that?
Lotus. Yeah, Lucky Lotus is the name.
Okay. So so Linley, of course you're going to know that. Just writing your name down. So Lynn, you have your 10 points. Well done, everybody. And big thank you for joining us. And for those of you that were over the other side of the pond very, very early, thank you as well. And I will send a follow-up. Thank you, Layla. Your presentation was super amazing.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and keep making the bookings and logging the bookings. So thank you, everybody. Thanks, Layla.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.